So, close it, guys. Why is everyone so far away? So we've laid out kind of our conceptual overview of what our objective is. Now we want to talk a little bit about mechanics, and I want to add one more nuance to this thing, right? Because we didn't really get too deep into the weeds on this in the first part. So I talked earlier about how I can use my leg. Remember we did that paintbrush drill to generate momentum. Yes? Okay? What we must understand is that momentum in regard to like sweeping our opponent is one of our most useful assets. It's one of the most important tools that we have at our disposal. If I don't have momentum, what must I then require or rely upon? Strength. This guy right here. This guy gets it. Figure gun. Anyway, strength, right? So the thing to understand here is that what we are doing is we are trying to create a chain of momentum in the same way that like anybody, like who here is trained like boxing or stand up, right? Where does your punch start? Right, like you get all the way down to the toes, right? Like your whole body gets engaged in that. Your punch doesn't start with your fist, right? It doesn't start with your wrist, elbow, shoulder. It goes all the way through your whole body, right? So every piece of movement that we generate, guys, is a valuable tool. And more importantly than that, okay, something to understand about momentum is that what momentum does is create a dramatic motion, right? Something really big, something really explosive, something really powerful. Well, a dramatic action in regard to what your opponent is going to do requires a dramatic correction, which is where we're going to really focus on next week when we kind of talk about, well, what if they stop the pendulum sweep? A dramatic action requires a dramatic correction. What does an incremental action require? Incremental correction, right? So if I'm wrestling the Don, we're in the guard, okay, I do everything exactly as I just laid out. Let's just say I get to the spot, and I'm here. Okay, maybe I can get my pendulum sweep if I incrementally work my way. How much of a correction does he have to make, though, as I'm just going, boop, 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 boop. He just has to boop, boop, boop his way back. Can I take advantage of that, really? Is there a lot for me to hold, like, take, you know what I'm saying? Is there a lot for me to use in that context? Did he ever look unstable? Did he ever look destabilized? Did he ever look off balance? No, right? But if I have him here, and it's like, boom, does he look off balance? What does he have to do to correct this? Something big, right? Okay, he does a big movement sending his weight backward. There's a big correction requiring, it requires a big correction. It's going to create a big opening. It's going to create big opportunities for transitions. Okay? So with that in mind, what we have to think about, guys, is that every single piece of this movement is connected to each other. You know? It's like the Force, man. What is he doing? Right? It's all connected, man. Like, you're in the guard. What's the first thing I use to generate momentum? Hips. And what specifically am I doing with them? Pulling them forward. Check my fire thing. Pulling him in. This is the first piece of momentum. He's already, boom, destabilized. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's already moving forward. I'm already generating momentum. Let me go back. So I just redirected. So like this is ultimately what I don't want it to look like. Right? Like, dude, he's gonna do everything he can in the midst of all this, right? What I want is like, if I'm here, boom.
That's how my brain works.
Right, and I get that, dude. Listen, guys, that's all good. What we have to think about is we have to recalibrate how we look at the guard. This is the point of this semester. This isn't about, hey, here's some moves I like, here's a sweep, here's a sweep. Forget the techniques for a second. What am I saying? What am I saying? I'm saying that we need to use momentum against our opponent. Right? We need to switch our mindset from this incremental idea where I'm going to control it with my legs at all times and then sweep them at some point from an optimal angle and go, once I get him attached, I'm going to have faith in my hips and my legs, and I'm going to attack him with them. And I'm going to generate this momentum starting all the way from the top, and I'm going to use momentum against him. So if I'm here, I pull him in, I'm already pummeling under, guys. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So this is worth practicing on its own right. I pull him in, and I just pummel. From there, I'm reaching, right? Ooh, pull him in. Reach. I want his shoulder to hit the ground. You see that? Does it look like his hip, like, let me ask you a question, does it look like this? Where he's going over my leg? How many, real talk guys, how many here have done the pendulum sweep where they go over your own leg? Like everyone, right? The same, the pendulum sweep, right? If I, can I get in for a second? Do me a favor, be a table. Be a table, please. Does this look like the best angle to knock this table over? No, right? What I want is that it. That's the angle that I'm taking this table over. So everything's directed on this line. I want you to imagine a line you're drawing in the air in that direction. So we're back. From here, I'm pulling, reaching, shoulder. From here, guys, actually let's go back a little bit, because I'm kind of skipping one little piece. Once I start getting them to the shoulder, I'm doing that same, actually let me get out of here in just a moment, that same helicopter motion to turn them over. It all comes together! Yeah, so we go back. We're here, pull them in, boom, helicopter, and then here's the key, guys. Once I get here, what I don't do is this. With all this space, what's he going to do? He's going to start moving, right? He starts shrimping, he's going to start shrimping, right? He's getting out. I don't lift up. Remember that thing I showed you guys? Where I put my hips to the floor and Superman and roll? Remember I showed that at the very beginning? Boom. I ride with my hips. Where's the opening? You guys see the opening for the rear guard? It's not here. So invisible opponent, you get shot out of the small box. Boom, boom, helicopter. Hips go forward. My hip stays attached. My legs sprawl out, or kind of lift up, kind of like a Superman now, and I roll. Does that make sense, guys? So all together, do you want to see anything done? So all together, one more time. I want you guys to really focus on, like, get the mechanics right, but focus on the idea here. What's the idea? I'm going to generate momentum, I'm going to control it with my upper body, and I'm going to attack it with my legs. So I don't it's going to do stuff. So we go back. Here. Boom. Any question?
Just a little detail.
When do I let go of the leg? Honestly, sometimes I ride all the way up with it. It just sort of depends. Like it's kind of like, this is gonna sound like really like a non-answer, but like when you feel stable. You know, sometimes you want to hold on to it all the way up. It's not necessarily a bad control. Like it doesn't seem like it would be helpful, but if his knee, you know, if his knee is past the line of his hip, and then here, you know, it's like move around. Move around. It's actually pretty hard for him to move. You know? Now if I let his hip go back like this, go ahead and move your leg around, he's gonna have power. So if his knee is directly above his hip, he's very strong. But if his knee is past his hip, he's kind of compromised. So kind of like where you feel like honestly you feel stable. It's not like a specific, oh, at this exact moment do it this way. Does that make sense, guys? Anybody need to see that again? No? Really try to focus on driving those hips forward. And guys, one thing I do want to actually make one quick note of, glad you just brought that up, so I almost forgot, is, so however much you think you're supposed to be pummeling under that leg, more. Do more than what you think. That leg, you should pummel that leg. Imagine you're trying to take that leg over your head. You're trying to take that leg and throw it over your head. If you get to the point where you can do that, don't throw it over your head. But like, imagine as if that's where you were going. Okay? Put that leg way up on your shoulder. Does that make sense, y'all? Excellent. Part up. Last one. 1, 2, 3.